Hello everybody, my name is JacTesson, you're the viewer, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we're going to go through each part, and I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on each part, and give them a score out of 10, and then I'm going to give the whole show out of 10 as a whole as well. So if you do enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And let me know down in the comments what you thought of Kenobi. Give me your opinions and stuff like that. Review each part out of 10 as well, and give me a score out of 10 of the show as well. I want to know what you guys think down below. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, so we got part 1 and part 2 on the same day. If you guys didn't know as well, I actually did a watch along. I did watch parties on Obi-Wan Kenobi. I went live and you guys came in and watched along with me. Thank you so much to anyone who actually did that. It really means a lot to me. They did really, really well. And I might do it for Andor as well. So if you want that, let me know. But yeah, I watched part 1 and part 2 at the same time, of course. Part 1, I think it was just like a little introduction to the show, introduction to Obi-Wan, what he's been doing. He's just been working. He hasn't used the Force in 10 years, and he's just this old man now, not the old man we know from A New Hope. That's still another 10 years or so down the line, but we're seeing what Obi-Wan's doing. And it's kind of similar in part 2 as well, I think. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm lying. So part 1, we obviously we get introduced to Reva, we get introduced to the Grand Inquisitor, the third brother, I think, as well. And they look really cool. I love them, love the characters. People weren't really a fan of Reva, but I think her character was great. She did exactly what she needed to do. And I really liked her character. So a Reva show, however, I'm a little bit iffy about. Do they really need to do that? Probably not, but that's my opinion. So part 1, like I said, it's just kind of like an introduction to Obi-Wan. He's obviously just trying to hide from the Inquisitors. Oh, we also get introduced to Leia as well. She's actually a really good character in the show. She's probably up there as one of the best ones. When that happened, by the way, we saw Leia for the first time. I had no idea that was the plan for the show. I think that was a wicked idea, but I think it's been overused a little bit. We obviously had Bad Batch with, I forgot what her name is now. Oh, it's going to annoy me. But you know what I mean. Omega, that's the one. We obviously had that with Omega. We've obviously got the Mandalorian with Grogu. What else? I mean, Ahsoka with Anakin. And yeah, you want to say? No, there's nothing in Boba Fett. But you get what I mean. Oh, Ezra and Kanan as well. You know what I mean? There's the sort of main character, and then they have like their little buddy. And that's kind of like what Kenobi was. It's been Kenobi and Leia throughout the whole show. I didn't mind that. Some people were a little bit iffy about it and didn't really like it because, like I said, it's kind of been redone. But I loved it. I quite like the concept. So part 1. Oh yeah, she got stolen in that episode, didn't she, Leia? I'm going to give part 1 I'm going to give it... do I do points? I might do points. I'm going to give it a 6.5. It could be a 7. Or do I want to give it a 7? No, I am going to give it a 7. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It was a really good introduction to Obi-Wan and what he's been doing. The introduction of Leia, seeing all the Inquisitors and stuff like that. And the story began. 7 out of 10, part 1, I'm going to say. Yeah, I'm going to definitely say that. Part 2, we go to a planet. Oh, in part 1 as well, of course, Obi-Wan gets his lightsaber back. He's obviously, gearing up, ready to go and save Leia, because he wasn't going to. His mission was to watch over Luke, but obviously Bail Organa wants Obi-Wan to go and save Leia. So that's what kind of happens in part 2. He gears up in part 1, and he goes on a ship, and then part 2 happens. So part 2, he's on this planet. I can't remember what the planet's called. Let me know down below if you know what it is. And he's obviously trying to save Leia. And that's pretty much what the whole episode is, up until the end, when Obi-Wan gets told that Anakin's still alive, and then obviously we get introduced to Darth Vader, Hayden Christensen. That bit was really badass. Oh, I did get a bit teary as well when Obi-Wan used the Force again to save Leia. I thought that was a really, kind of touching moment. I loved it, because obviously he ain't used the Force in years, and he's obviously done that. So, yeah. I really enjoyed part 2. Was it better than part 1? God, I'm not quite sure. I want to give him the same. Okay, I'm going to give it a 7.5. It was only a bit better because I got a bit teary, and obviously we got to see Darth Vader and Hayden Christensen play Darth Vader, which I thought was really badass. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 7.5 for part 2. Part 3, okay, part 3 was amazing. I might give them a little tier list of the episodes as well after when I've ranked them all, because part 3's up there, man. I mean, it was so good. They travel to this planet, and they're obviously trying to get off it. They're trying to find some sort of way to just get off the planet, because I think in part 2 we got introduced to, I forgot his name. I'm really bad with names. We got introduced to a character who was pretending to be a Jedi, but he sent them to this planet, which will hopefully help them get home, because the Inquisitors were blocking the way that they wanted to go originally. So they're on this planet, and there's stormtroopers about, and they have little conversations. Obi-Wan and that have a conversation with the stormtroopers, and there was quite a touching moment when Obi-Wan was talking about Padme to Leia, which I thought was awesome. Obi-Wan using the blaster against them, the fucking stormtrooper getting chopped in half. I thought that was brilliant. Oh yeah, then we get introduced to is it Tala? I think it's Tala. Yeah, it's Tala. And she's trying to help Obi-Wan and Leia. They go to the secret bunker place, and we found out that Quinlan Vos is alive, which is awesome. The OG fans and the proper fans loved that. And then we get introduced to Darth Vader. Darth Vader comes onto the planet, and is obviously trying to control the city. He literally, I've never seen anything so dark in my life, by the way, when it comes to Star Wars. He literally is just force choking people, crack some geezer's neck, dragging people along the floor just to intimidate Obi-Wan. If I was Obi-Wan, I'd be pooping my pants. It was probably one of the most terrifying scenes I've ever seen in Star Wars. Just his cold-blooded face. There's no expression, but you know what he's doing. Just dragging people, force choking, cracking neck. It's mad. It's crazy. And then also we get Obi-Wan using the saber again, which I thought was so cool. I watched that scene over and over and over again, him just turning it on. And then we get the fight between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, which I thought was so cool as well at the same time. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed part 3. Just Vader intimidating Obi-Wan and just everything else. We also saw Hayden as Anakin as well in that episode as well, which I thought was so cool. So part 3, I'm going to give part 3 a 8.5. 8.5 out of 10 I'm going to give it. It's such a great episode. Really enjoyed it. Yeah. Part 4. This one's definitely my least favourite part of the entire series, but I think it's because of how good the other episodes came before. It was almost like you expected each episode just to get better and better and better and better. Like The Mandalorian Season 2, for example. Each episode just got better and better and better and better. But this one kind of died down a bit because Leia did get captured by Reva in Part 3. So she gets taken to the Inquisitorium. I think that's what it's called. God, I'm really bad at remembering names. And I'm literally doing this video on the spot, by the way, no script, so I hope I'm doing well. So yeah, obviously Leia gets captured by Reva, gets taken to the Inquisitorium, and Obi-Wan wants to obviously save Leia, because he obviously, like, that's what he's there to do. I can't really remember anything else from the episode, if I'm completely honest, other than Obi-Wan stopping a glass and destroying stormtroopers. There's a part as well where it was similar to The Force Unleashed, which I thought was really badass. You know, when it went all dark and everyone was just beating up stormtroopers. I thought that was really cool. Well, yeah, there was a part as well where we saw, like, the place where there were Jedi, like, frozen up, not in carbonite, but in this sort of, like, I can't remember, like some sort of frozen chamber, and we see some Jedi that we do notice as well, which I thought was really cool. Another part I did quite like from the episode was Reva trying to use the Force on Leia, and Leia's like, what is it, it's a staring contest. I thought that was really cool, just showing the power of the Skywalker bloodline. I thought that was really cool. And then obviously the people who were trying to help everyone save Leia come and save the day, and that's about it. That's what the episode ends on. So part 4, what did I give part 1? Did I give it a 7? Yeah, I did. I'm going to give part 4 a 6. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. But that's only because the other episodes before were just way better, and it kind of died down the episode a little bit. I reckon if this was one of the first episodes that come out, it would have been better. But it was just an episode that just had to happen. Do you know what I mean? But obviously we learn more about Reva and stuff like that. But the fans aren't interested in that. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Part 4, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Not my favourite episode. Part 5. Now, this was a banger. Absolute banger episode. After part 4, everyone was expecting, right, we need something good to happen now in this part. So, yeah, so at the start of that episode, we obviously see Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin together in the episode 2 costumes. And I think that where they were fighting and stuff, I think that was just before episode 2, because Anakin's looking out in the distance and he can see Padme's tower. So I reckon at that point in time was literally just before episode 2 happened. So, because people are saying, oh, Obi-Wan still got his lightsaber. Yeah, but that's because, oh, and he said something as well, like, oh, Anakin still got his arm. Sure, Count Dooku chopped it off. But that's because at that point in time, it was before episode 2. So, yeah, I reckon it must have been literally 10 minutes before episode 2 starts. That's what's going on. But, yeah, I thought that was really awesome. And then Obi-Wan, like, conflicting Leia, not Leia, Reva. I thought that was really cool. I did get Last Jedi vibes from it, though. I did get, like, you know, in The Last Jedi where the Resistance are trapped inside on the planet Crate in that little base, and then the First Order have got this big laser and they're trying to stop them. I did get that sort of vibe. You get what I mean? I mean, I still really enjoyed it. Loved that. Loved the concept of it. And then at the end, where Vader just fucking forced the freaking ship out of the sky. I thought that was so cool. And the fight between Reva and Vader was really cool as well. Vader just doesn't need his lightsaber. He's just so cool. He's just badass. And yeah, obviously then Reva knows about Luke as well, because in the part of the episode there was a hologram by Bale saying, "I hope everyone's alright, and I hope you and Leia are good." I think the best parts of the episode was the flashback, of course, and how it kind of linked into how Anakin and Obi-Wan are feeling at that point as well, if you know what I mean. Not in the flashback, but in real time. Because sometimes when Anakin's winning, it'll cut to Obi-Wan, and then when Obi-Wan wins in the flashback, it cuts to Vader. I think, anyway. Either that or the other way around. I can't remember. But the way it kind of intertwines is so good. And it tells the story really, really well. And I wish there were more episodes like Part 5. But we got what we wanted. We got a flashback, which is cool. I think we got some Order 66 flashbacks as well. I completely forgot about that as well. In Part 1, we got Order 66. God, there's so much to talk about and remember. But yeah, Part 5, I'm going to give Part 5 a 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, really good episode. I'm being really honest as well. I could give all these episodes above an 8, but I'm trying to be really strict because I love Obi-Wan Kenobi. Since this show has come out, I never really had a favourite Jedi, and since this show, Obi-Wan Kenobi is now my favourite Jedi. I've got a video planned soon showing you how much I love him. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I want to say, but we'll see. But yeah, Part 5, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Really, really good episode, especially from the not so great episode of Part 4. So yeah, definitely really enjoyed that episode. And the final part, Part 6. Wow. Awesome episode. The one, obviously, I'm going to talk about the episode first. First of all, we had the Vader Obi-Wan fight. It just so cool. So cool. The way, like, you get when Obi-Wan does his stance, when Vader says, "Oh, have you come to destroy me, Obi-Wan?" And then Obi-Wan says, "I will do what I must." Ooh, and he turns his lightsaber. It's so cool. And that's another part that I just can't stop watching because it's just so cool. And I can't wait to do that soon. Wink, wink to the comment before about the video about Obi-Wan. Anyway, but yeah, that Vader fight and Obi-Wan fight was just the best. I thought it was perfect. Obi-Wan had to win, and he had to kick Vader's ass. Like he just had to, because or else it wouldn't make sense with A New Hope. So it was a good thing that Obi-Wan did beat the crap out of him. So I really enjoyed that. There were parts as well where Reva was obviously on Tatooine trying to kill Luke because of what Anakin did to her friends. That's the whole point. That's the whole thing of Reva. She's only an Inquisitor to try and kill Anakin, obviously to kill Vader, but she can't do that. So she's trying to get back at Obi-Wan. So she has to go and kill Luke because obviously Obi-Wan's trying to protect Luke. You feel me? You guys know. I'm trying to explain it, but you guys already know. But during the Vader fight, it switches to Reva, and the Reva parts are not great. They're quite boring. So going from this epic battle to then Reva is a little bit, I don't know, but it was still cool at the same time. Obviously you kind of had to because they were kind of happening at the same time. Yeah, and then we came up to the part where Obi-Wan just decimates Darth Vader, cuts his mask open. And this is one of my favourite scenes. I did tear up at this bit as well, because Obi-Wan's looking into Anakin's eyes for the first time in 10 years since the Mustafar stuff that went down. And the way Obi-Wan just says, "I'm sorry" to Anakin, it made me teary, man. Like, I thought that was a brilliant way to do it. You know, Obi-Wan was expecting to die, either him or Anakin, either way. But I loved how they did it. You know, just he regrets it. He was going to kill him, but he saw Anakin and was like, "I can't do that. It's not who I am. So it's just the way they kind of talk to each other as well. Anakin's like, "Oh, you didn't kill, you didn't fail," or something like that, and you didn't kill Anakin, but I did, and now I'm going to destroy you and stuff like that. It is beautiful, and the way Ewan McGregor plays as well, like talking about just saying he's sorry, and just the way he comes across, and just he cries and everything, and it's beautiful. I think it's one of my favourite scenes from Kenobi. So I did really enjoy that part of the show, and then obviously it cuts to then Reva. Reva can't kill Luke, and she kind of gives up. So that's why people are hinting. People are thinking we might get a Reva show, but at the same time, I don't know. I wouldn't mind because it's more Star Wars, and you know how much I love Star Wars, so I wouldn't mind. But at the same time, do we really need it? Probably not. We want more. We probably want a Vader show or a Kenobi season 2, which I kind of hope happens, but I don't see how they can do it. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I won't complain. Yeah, then everyone goes and speaks to Leia again. Goes and sees Leia, because obviously Leia thinks he might be dead. Goes and says hello, tells her about her mum and her dad, which I thought was beautiful. People were saying he's got to use a mind trick. He's got to use a mind trick on Leia, but how they did it was perfect, and I thought it was brilliant. And then he goes and sees Luke as well, which I thought was brilliant. Everyone says to Owen, like, look, you gotta look out for this boy. He's got to be a boy, and yeah, you can do it, basically. And then Owen says to Obi-Wan, do you want to meet him? And then he says the classic, hello there, which I thought was brilliant. Love it. And then it cuts to the scene that everyone was hoping for. We see Qui-Gon Jinn, and the way they put that out there as well was beautifully done. Kind of like, oh, it took you long enough. Like, and then everyone's like, oh, I thought you'd never come. And then Qui-Gon says something like, oh, you just wasn't ready, Obi-Wan. You just wasn't ready to see me. But I think that's because Obi-Wan had to overcome his fear of Anakin and what happened in the past, and so he can learn and see Qui-Gon. And I thought that was beautiful. People were like saying, oh, Qui-Gon should come and tell him, like, look, like a scene or something. But how they brought back Qui-Gon, I thought was brilliant. And part 6 is going to be a 9 out of 10. Brilliant. You might be thinking, how are you not giving them a 10? Well, these are my other opinions on the show. I think the music could have been a bit better. I think the best music from the show was probably the Obi-Wan theme. The Obi-Wan theme is beautiful, and I love it. But when you're bringing the Duel of Fates into your trailers and not bringing them into the show, it's kind of disappointing. The Duel of Fates could have been played over both Obi-Wan and Vader fights, especially the last one. If the Duel of Fates was played over that, then it'd be insane. Like, it'd be even more badass than it already is. So I reckon if the music was better, each part would definitely go up by half a point. So part 6 would have been a 9.5, for example. I am going to put them in order now to how I rank the show, and then I'll give you my score out of 10 for the whole entire show. So first we have episode 6, part 6. That's definitely number 1. Number 2 would be episode 5, then 3, then 2, then 1, and then 4. So number 1 is part 6, number 2 part 5, number 3 part 3, number 4 part 2, number 5 part 1, and then number 6 Part 4. That's my order. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And ranking the show out of 10. I will give the show out of 10 an 8.5. An 8.5 out of 10. The show has made me realise how much I love Obi-Wan Kenobi, and shown me that he is my favourite Jedi. Like, I never had a favourite Jedi. I always said, oh, Luke's my favourite Jedi. I actually had Qui-Gon Jinn as one of my favourite Jedis at one point, because I love green lightsabers. Green's one of my favourite colours. So I automatically went to Luke and Qui-Gon. But Obi-Wan, I always had a thing with Obi-Wan. Like, he's such a cool character, and seeing what he's been through and stuff like that is quite relatable. Obviously, I never had a master. I'm, you know what I'm trying to say. Basically, the stuff that's happened to him can be quite relatable to life, and just his wiseness. And I love Ewan McGregor as well now, and the show has made me realise that Obi-Wan is my favourite Jedi, and I hope they do more. I really hope Ewan does more with the character. I'd love to see him turn. He's definitely turning into Sir Alec, and like his voice in the show, I couldn't get Sir Alec out of my head every time he spoke, which I thought was awesome. But obviously Ewan's there, so he did an amazing job as Obi-Wan. He is Obi-Wan. And yeah, Hayden as well did an incredible job as Darth Vader and Anakin. Just bringing probably the two best characters in the entire saga back to life is amazing. And all the other characters as well, Leia especially, she was definitely one of my favourite characters from the show. And all round, I loved the show, and I'm so glad it happened, because I got to see some of my favourite actors and characters again, but in a different way. And yeah, beautifully done. So yeah, thank you very much guys for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you're new. We're so close to 2,500 subscribers, which is insane. The aim is to get 5,000 by the end of the year. I don't know if that's going to happen, but if you can subscribe, that'll be amazing. I want to do more watch parties because they were really fun, and hopefully have more of you guys involved in the next few that happen. I want to do Andor, I want to do Ahsoka, Mandalorian Season 3, you know, all of them. And yeah, I hope they do a Kenobi Season 2. We'll see what happens. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you very much for watching this video. Comment down below your rankings of the show and each part as well. That'd be awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I've been JacTesson, you've been the viewer, and may the force be with you always.